Imagine a world where your neighbor, your friend, even your spouse, could be an informant. A world where a stray comment about politics, a desire for a pair of jeans, or a sigh of dissatisfaction could land you in a secret prison. This wasn't a dystopian novel. This was life in East Germany, under the German Democratic Republic, or GDR. And at the heart of this system of control was an organization so meticulous, so paranoid, and so vast that it became the template for the modern surveillance state. This is the story of the Stasi, and their insane methods of communist surveillance. Welcome to Archive Analytica. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most extensive surveillance apparatuses ever created. By the time the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, the Stasi employed over 90,000 official personnel. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. They commanded a network of nearly 200,000 informal collaborators, ordinary citizens spying on their fellow citizens. Their goal was not just to punish crime, but to eliminate dissent before it even happened. They called it Zersetzung, a strategy of psychological decomposition. And to do it, they developed methods that were, frankly, insane. The first and most crucial method was the human factor. The Stasi perfected the art of turning people. They didn't just recruit hardened ideologues. They targeted the vulnerable, people with secrets, those seeking career advancement, or those caught in minor crimes. They were blackmailed, coerced, or flattered into becoming inofficial Mitarbeiter or IMs, unofficial collaborators. Their targets were dissidents, artists, church groups, but also their own families and friends. The Stasi believed that by saturating a target's environment with informants, they could create a perfect picture of their life, their thoughts, their weaknesses. Imagine every conversation you had being potentially reported, analyzed, and filed away. When informants weren't enough, the Stasi went physical. Their most brazen tactic was the silent intrusion. Agents, often master locksmiths, would enter a suspect's apartment while they were away. But they weren't there to steal, not in the conventional sense. Their goal was to search and monitor without leaving a trace. They developed insane levels of detail. They would measure the exact position of dust on a desk. Place a single human hair across a drawer seam. Photograph every page of a diary with hidden cameras, then return it exactly as it was. The psychological impact was the point. The target would feel a creeping sense of unease, knowing they were being watched but finding no evidence. This was Zersetzung in action, making you doubt your own sanity. Perhaps the most bizarre and infamous of all Stasi methods was the Geruchskonserven, or scent archive. Stasi agents would secretly swipe a cloth on a suspect's chair, car door handle, or personal belongings after an interrogation or a surreptitious apartment search. This cloth, impregnated with the person's unique body odor, was then sealed in a sterile glass jar. Why? For the dogs. The Stasi maintained kennels of tracking dogs trained on these scent jars. If a dissident was at a protest or attempting to flee, the dogs could be given the jar and sent to find that one specific scent in a crowd of thousands. It was a primitive form of biometrics, born from totalitarian paranoia. This blend of the crude and the cunning defined their technological approach. They were innovators in the field of control. When the GDR collapsed, the people stormed the Stasi headquarters. They found agents desperately shredding documents, but the volume was so immense they couldn't destroy it all. Today, miles of files remain, a haunting testament to the lives they monitored. The legacy of the Stasi is a stark warning. It shows how a state, under the guise of protection and ideological purity, can turn against its own people. It raises eternal questions about the balance between security and freedom, and the terrifying efficiency of societal surveillance. The Stasi's methods were insane not because they were fantastical, but because they were so chillingly systematic and effective. They proved that the most powerful tool of oppression isn't always a weapon, but information, and the fear of who might be watching. What do you think? Could a system like this emerge today with modern technology? Let us know in the comments. If you found this dive into history fascinating, please like this video and subscribe to Archive Analytica for the Cyber Enigma. From the Archives. Thanks for watching.